I skipped Gone, so Gone. What's your one?
All right, I can't remember what my next one is.
All right, throw it up, Kai. Your next one is
Boys.
Dr. Kureha.
Yes.
The one with the chopper?
One with Chopper. Chopper's
Okay.
Chopper's like sensei.
The OG Doctor. I'm saying, all right, we've seen our MILFs in anime and stuff, right?
Let's talk about the gilfs.
Every gilf is like a cheat, right? You got fucking Tsunade. She's not a fucking gilf, all right? You got the grandma from Dandadan. Like that's just cheating, right? That's just MILF with a different number. This is a 100% accurate gilf.
I mean,
I'm gonna fucking
look at those fucking hips, dude.
I know.
God
damn. Obviously her face, you can see how old she is, but she still has that youthful energy. And she fucking kicks ass, man.
But look, unlike Shrek Fiona, not Shrek Fiona, unlike Ogre Fiona, her teeth are immaculate.
That is true.
She is immaculate teeth.
She is a doctor, Joe.
Here's my problem. Can you zoom in on the face?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you zoom in more? All right. I want you boys to cover up the mouth. You're fucking Dr. Eggman.
I mean, hear me out.
It's like when I cover up that, it's just Eggman.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Which Eggman?
Any.
Jim Carrey's Eggman.
Jim Carrey's, of course.
That's a him.
100%. Eggman
100%.
Also, Eggman with that body as well?
Eggman with that body?
Eggman with that body?
Yeah, my issue with this is that it looks like, and I'm not trying to be like it did looks like Eggman, dude.
Sonic X Eggman? God damn, dude. Now that is the definition of I skipped leg day.
Because online, when you're like, that looks like a fucking man.
Yeah.
And they're just being, because it doesn't look inherently feminine. But
Right.
her face is extremely masculine.
Yeah, but look at those hips.
And like,
I also like-
it's the wrinkles, man. They're like as
Nah.
deep as a fucking, they go as high as Everest and deep as the trench.
Look, it doesn't matter when she just has the fucking attitude,
She
man.
does, she
She
does.
has the
You
personality.
could pull her forehead over her eyes.
she is 100% top. Like there is no question she is top.
Look,
But her body-
she is a no bullshit grandma.
Yeah.
It makes you think if what am I about to say?
This is like you mentioned the grandma from Dandadan, right? She's clearly not a grandma.
She's
right?
clearly not a grandma.
Yeah.
Right?
And like in this case, from neck down, she's clearly not a grandma.
No.
Okay, but
If you want a grandma, you gotta be ready for a grandma, John. Okay? You gotta be ready for everything that involves with that. No,
okay.
You can't have a grandma face with a 20-year-old body.
Hypothetically speaking, right? Hypothetically speaking, if we advance medical science to the point where humans can slow down aging, if we can get to that point in the human future, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully here, as you can probably tell, would you think thirsting over grandmas would be more socially acceptable?
Why were you worried about that? Wording wise.
I was trying not to say, would you fuck a grandma?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, there are people who already do that.
I know.
I mean, if you're both consenting, I think it's fine.
But
You're both adults.
here's the thing. You say MILF, everyone's like, yes, king.
Yeah.
Spit. You say grandma, and people are like, ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that is true.
Well, I think it's because like when you think MILF, you don't think of like your mom. But when you think grandma, I think you can't help but think about your like grandma.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, is that true? Wait.
Because you say MILF, but when you say grandma,
Yeah.
grandma is a term that you would use for your grandma, right?
gilf.
But you wouldn't say you wouldn't call your own mom a MILF. And if you did, that's degenerate and disgusting, right? So I think MILF helps you like separate like mom. Because you wouldn't be like, I'm gonna fuck the mom, right? Because then it sounds like
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then you're getting with a gilf then. If you
Gilf
want to separate,
sounds better than grandma.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Grandma is a term comes with a lot of like there's a
Wholesomeness.
Well, so does mom, to be fair.
I think because grandma as well, it also implies like you're like fucking into someone's family. You know what I mean?
And you're not with a MILF?
MILF has been ruined by porn where it doesn't feel that way, I think. Don't you think as a term? Like when you think of, I'm going to fuck a MILF, you don't think of like, there's a whole ass family involved.
Well, listen, I haven't watched enough GILF porn to make that sense.
I don't watch exactly. I don't watch GILF porn. What I'm saying is like, it comes with a lot of extra meanings, which I think people aren't ready to
I just
battle.
think that MILFs have become, now that you're saying this, why is it more acceptable? There is no reason.
I think it's because the age gap is closer with MILFs than it is with GILFs, right?
But there is no, by Connor's standards.
But you're also implying that everyone who gets with MILFs is like younger than them. They could be older.
They can be older.
Yeah, but the idea of a MILF is that you're getting with
an older woman.
An older
which
woman,
is what it has
right?
become
I think
now.
it's because
It's not become
it's because once a woman gets to a certain age, they become
Just a
maybe
MILF,
like
yeah.
well, just a MILF, but also like they get to a point where maybe they're not seen in as sexual of a way as MILFs are, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like seriously breaking down.
No,
this
I'm
shit.
breaking it. Like, why?
Someone has to have this conversation.
Yeah.
What? Well, someone has to have this conversation because by Connor's logic, we shouldn't say the word granny or grandma, but why is it become a fetish to say mommy in bed or daddy?
Because that is like a fetish that is pretty much tied to like,
Yeah.
you are looking for
Because
that kind
listen,
of
if you were my friend and you were like, yeah, my favorite thing to do in bed is scream grandma, I'd be like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
I think the implication is like if you had sex with a grandma, right?
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
let's say you actually wanted to start dating,
Yeah.
and then you were like, she's like, oh yeah, meet my son. He's older than you. You know,
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and then like he's gonna be like, nah, what's going on here? Like there's a lot of red tape involved.
Yeah.
Maybe
look,
Freud was right. Maybe Freud is right. Maybe deep down inside,
But also when you think of gilfs, I guess that's the term I'm gonna go with.
we're gonna go with
Let's stick with gilfs.
Let's stick with gilfs.
What age are you thinking about? Like when you think it, like what's the age range it comes to? I normally think like 60s.
Yeah,
Is that-
60
Yeah,
plus.
60
Because then I
60
think
plus.
like, because 50s is such a weird range. Like 50 is like, what you could be either category, right?
it's like, I'd say for me personally, MILF maybe goes up to around maybe 55. And then between 55 and 65 is kind of the gray zone.
Well, you also have to consider, right? The term MILF is also evolving in the modern times.
True.
Right.
Because as the new generation have kids later and later, that also means that MILFs are getting older and older. We're not getting as many back in the day, I would say that, there were teen pregnancies were a lot more common. So, you would
could be
see,
in like your late 20s and be a MILF.
you would see people late 20s, early 30s be a mum. And that would, I feel like a lot of the MILFs we've seen in films and depictions in films are probably like that kind of like range that we're thinking about.
Question. Kai, look it up. How old is Kureha?
But also as a MILF enjoyer, it's not so much about the age, it's more about the energy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's about the energy.
Okay,
they
so then
carry.
what if Kureha was giving off MILF energy?
I would. And that's the thing. Like it's all about a youthful energy.
141.
Look, after a certain age, it's
She's a gig of
Yeah,
gilf.
she is the gilf of gilfs, man.
if she had youthful energy,
I forgot this was One Piece logic.
yeah, no doubt. What is that? What is that in human years? Like 50?
I was gonna be like, oh, she's probably like 60 something, maybe.
But that's the thing. You got it. It's looks combined with energy, right?
Yeah. And she has the energy. I
And then
would
there
say
you go.
she has.
Okay, then
she has the
I'll
youthful.
agree with you.
Yeah.
She has the youthful kick-ass energy down.
Yeah.
While still like she doesn't feel like a MILF though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She definitely still feels like a gilf.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Because she feels like someone who has aged and got that little bit more of an experience, but it's using that experience to be just a kick-ass older. I'm trying to not say granny here.
Well, I get it. Because there's like sometimes I'll speak to like a 30-year-old who like has older energy than like a 50-year-old, right? Like
Yeah.
You can just say Chris.
Chris has the energy of a 50-year-old, but then you'll meet a 50-year-old or like even Pete, right? Pete's 42, 43.
Yeah.
41 actually. You might get annoyed. He's like 42. One man, what the fuck? He's objectively like higher energy and seems younger than Chris at a glance, right? And I think this carries the same with attractive older women as well. You could have I feel like I'm arguing in a political sphere. I'm like, need it not matter the age of the woman, more so her veracity of view.
This is the most serious we've seen Connor in a while.
This is a serious topic.
As soon as we get
this
to
is
like
a serious topic.
Gilfs and Milfs.
I feel very strongly about this. Okay?
Connor's like, okay, but let's break down the science of this. We need to break down.
Look, and also as well, we can't forget the fact that in different countries, age is very different. Like in Japan, a 50-year-old woman can be very, very youthful compared to a 40-year-old woman in Western countries.
Exactly.
So the MILF is truly a conundrum that we all find ourselves tackling.
Okay, what about, and speaking of One Piece characters, what about Big Mama?
No.
Thinking about it. Bring up Big Mama. I mean, she's got mom in her fucking name.
Yeah, she is Big
like,
Mom.
Pre or post?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Because pre, she looks like a fucking goblin. And I don't want to do it. Yeah, post.
Okay,
post. Yeah, of
bring
course.
up post Big Mom.
But post is not a. But she's gone past the hear me out post.
Yeah,
post she has.
That's
a
just objectively like I
literally walked down. This is just hey yo.
I mean, she's kind of more of an ogre than Fiona, right? let's just call it how it is. You
Damn.
know?
I mean, true. Post.
No, what's
Yeah, she's just hot.
Yeah.
I mean, pre.
Yeah, I was talking about pre.
Pre?
Because you guys were like, oh, okay, Ogre Fiona is a go-to.
She looks like a malformed wolf on a human's face and also like rotund.
Rotund.
I don't know why.
I mean, she is most certainly rotund.
Like, she's the only character in the universe that could take on fucking Gold Roger or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She's so fucking big.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why she had so many children when she was in her prime.
Yeah.
But she kind of let herself go. You know, she
once she was like, I'm done.
Look, I like a bigger woman, but there has to be a limit where we draw the line.